Hi everyone, this is Pastor Jason. Today, I wanted to share with you some points I remembered from a powerful message that I heard the other day that really encouraged me, and I hope will also encourage you, from Ben Armstrong, who's the Director of Prophetic Ministries at Bethel Church in Redding. I was really fortunate that he just so happened to be speaking at a local church near my house. When I first walked into the church, I was really encouraged by one of their welcome team members. She greets me with a big, warm smile and asks me if I want any coffee from their coffee bar. And being the frugal person that I am, I obviously have to ask if it costs any money. And she replies that it does. And so, of course, I have to politely decline her offer, and then I continue proceeding forward into their worship sanctuary. Once I sit down in their worship sanctuary, she then surprises me from behind and asks me again if I would want some coffee, this time on the house, and even offers me decaf when I tell her that I don't really drink coffee. And although I didn't end up with any coffee that day, I was really touched that she would go so out of her way to make me feel welcome there. So I want to take a moment here, right now, to encourage anyone who is listening that is part of their church's welcome team that you are so very important in making a great first impression. And whether we like it or not, many people do find first impressions important. Now, before Ben began to speak that day, he gave some prophetic words to the worship team. And what was really cool was that one of the people who received the prophetic word was my friend's daughter-in-law. She has no idea who I am and no idea that I was even there, but it was a great experience to hear the prophetic word in person. And I'm looking forward to seeing her prophetic word come true. But what was even more cool was how everyone in the congregation celebrated with her, celebrated her prophetic word, and wasn't jealous because of it. One of the important things about the prophetic is that it's not just for the person who is receiving it, but it's actually for the whole community, because the blessing doesn't just bless the person, but eventually it will actually bless the whole community because the person is part of the community. I encourage everyone, next time, if you hear someone receive a prophetic word, not to be jealous and be like, woe is me, how come I didn't get a prophetic word? But instead, be happy. Be happy for the person, knowing that the whole community, including you, will be blessed by it. Now, moving along to some of the points I remember from Ben's message. If you've been listening to the news these past 2 years, and at this point, who hasn't, right? There just seems to be this constant cycle of fear, one after another. First it was fear Trump, then it was fear COVID, and now it's fear Russia. And while it's important to be concerned about the things happening around us, it's also important not to fall into this constant state of debilitating fear. And all of this constant cycle of fear actually reinforces this larger point that right now there is a war for your attention. And this war is fighting at its highest level ever in all of human history. At no other point in all of human history could your attention span be so easily swayed to a million different things from literally 1 second to the next. And even as I'm speaking right now, you're probably already looking at another screen that can more easily grab your attention. So in this battle for your attention, who are you giving your attention to? Are you giving your attention to God, or are you giving your attention to the enemy? But you may be asking yourself right now, how do you know if you're giving your attention to God or if you're giving your attention to the enemy? You know you're giving your attention to God because when you give your attention to God, no problem will ever be as big as you think it is. And on the flip side, when you give your attention to the enemy, every problem will feel bigger than it actually is. So right now, ask yourself this: what are the difficult situations that you're currently finding yourself in? Are you thinking, gosh, my life and my relationships are just so crappy right now? Or gosh, my work or my school are just so horrible right now? Or gosh, even my church is just so terrible right now? You know who else in the Bible thought his current situation was crappy, horrible, and terrible? Gideon. When Gideon was focusing his attention on his situation, he found himself to be the least person in his family in the weakest clan. However, on the flip side, when Gideon began focusing his attention on God, God used him to defeat thousands of Midianites with only 300 people. When God opened his eyes to the spiritual reality of his situation, he realized the problem was not as big as he thought it was, and that his God was far, far, far bigger than his current situation. So I want to encourage all of you today that in whatever difficult situation you may find yourself currently in, place your attention and to place your focus on God. Because when you do, God can turn everything around for you in his due time, just like he did for Gideon. I hope this video was an encouragement to you. If it was, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment below. That's all I have for now. So see you all soon in the next video. God bless and peace.